Yo, what's going on, guys? Today's video is sponsored by Huawei. If you haven't checked it out before, you can see their coupons here. So with the new update out, we have the Weaponmasters as well as the Blacksmiths. So there are new packs. There's an Ancient Transcendent Scroll as well. So if you're looking to get some deals, make sure to hop on the Huawei app gallery here. All the links will be below. You can check it out. You can click above if you want to look at how to install and anything. Also, I'll have a link to their Discord if you guys have any questions for their support team, etc. But coupons are simple as always. So 3 coupon discounts. You get 3 15% coupons per day. They are going to be the $100, the $70, and the $50 tier for packs. So if you want to just go and claim these every single day, you're not obligated to spend them, but it is nice to have them in case you do want to use them. So just come to the webpage from the device that you have the app gallery on, so you can click the link below in the video. Also, I'll have it on my Discord and on my stream if it's easier that way. But make sure you click the link on the application that you have app gallery on, or if you want to find it on the app gallery, you go into search for Summoner's War, and if you scroll down just a little bit, there'll be a little banner that says campaign. You can click that right there. So these are going to be 15% off coupons with a 10% cash back. And also, if you are a VIP spender with Huawei, meaning if you spend over, I believe it's 1.2 USD or 1,000 or the equivalent of 1,000 euros per month, you also get a bonus cash back. So if you have any questions about that, you can ask in their Discord, or you can DM me directly and I can help you get set up with that. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. All right, guys, so there's a couple things I want to go over in this video. First of all, I want to talk about unit release dates. So I feel like we've gotten units very, very frequently in the last year or two. I also want to talk about 2A's, and I want to go over the skills and stats of the new units, so the Weaponmasters and the Blacksmiths, and get your guys' opinion on them. So first of all, we'll go over the units. I think that's probably what most people want to see, because I didn't have a chance to make a video for that since I just got back from LA, the meetup and such. So let's go over that. Let me go down to we'll go do the Blacksmiths first. So as we can see, there's a defense lead for Fire on Awakening. We've got a skill 1 stun. Skill 1 stun's very good on a lot of units. It's never a bad skill 1 to have, especially when it goes up by this much, right? Going up to 60% is really not that bad. Beneficial Hammering skill 2 increases attack power and defense of all allies for 2 turns. Creates a shield that absorbs damage for 2 turns on all allies if Great is activated with a 30% chance. So a bit of an RNG chance here to get a shield. So it's basically just roll dice. You hit the Great, that's the shield. So I guess that's like kind of the play on like weaponsmithing and gacha games and stuff, or even MMOs. So Blacksmith's technique passive increases the increasing effect of attack power and defense and attack speed that allies receive by 25%. So it's almost like artifacts, but without the art. That's actually really cool. I think that's really cool. So this will be useful for like increasing your attack buff, even past like attack increasing effect and the attack buff itself. It's a really cool concept. I like it. I think it's something that could be played around. I hope to see a lot of really cool new kind of teams with that, but I'll have to see what other people are thinking of, because right now I'm thinking like my mind has just exploded seeing that. I'm like, wow, new mechanic for the great stuff, new mechanic for have a passive that increases buff potency. So let's check that out. So Miriam is cool. We got Susan, same skill 1. I think the awakening for all of them is the same. Yeah, so it's all defense for their element. So skill 2, harmful hammering, attacks all enemies and decreases their attack power and defense for 2 turns with a 50% chance each. Guaranteed to decrease their attack power and defense if Great is activated. So 30% chance for the guaranteed. So guaranteed, I assume, means ignore defense. Or sorry, ignore resistance. But I would have to test it out. So I'll be doing summons in like maybe 2 weeks. I'm going to be doing 30,000 crystals worth of refreshes in shop. And then I'll summon for these. And when I get a Susan, I'll test her out. Equipment polishing increases the accuracy of all allies by 10% each whenever an enemy resists a harmful effect. Increases resistance of all allies by 10% each whenever an ally gets a harmful effect. Now this doesn't say stacks, and it doesn't say there's a cap. So part of me wants to say it's only 10% resist, 10% accuracy, but this would be really cool if it's stacked to max. That would be super, super cool. We'll have to do some testing on that. That would be really cool. The easiest way to test this would be to run units with 0 accuracy, hit them enough times that the resistance theoretically should be at 100, and then see if they ever debuff ever again. So Celine has beneficial hammering for the attack buff and defense buff. Passive. Allies with attack power increasing effect will decrease the enemy's defense for 1 turn with a 50% chance when they attack. Allies with defense increasing effect will decrease the enemy's attack power for 1 turn. Okay, so they do the opposite effect. That's pretty cool. Madeline. Overhaul. Oh, so this is actually a skill. Reduces all ally skill cooldowns by 1 turn and increases the duration of granted beneficial effects by 1 turn each. Additionally, increases the duration of beneficial effects granted on all allies by 1 turn each if Great is activated with a 30% chance. So you have a chance to increase it by 2 turns if you get lucky. That's pretty cool. And then Deborah increases the decreasing effects of attack power, defense, and attack speed that enemies receive. That is pretty cool. So attack break goes from 50% to what I assume is 62.5. That's really strong on defense break, because defense break is 70% already. And slow is 30. That's going to be pretty strong. So these are actually really cool units. I think their designs are really cool. I like the way they look. I like that they have a good skill 1. I think that's one of the issues that a lot of units don't have a good skill 1, so they just kind of suffer. But I'm really hopeful that these guys end up being like meta relevant, either for RTA, Special League, or Siege or something. But their kits are really cool, so I'm excited to see how they fit in the support meta. All right, let's check it out. I saw a sneak peek of the Dark One on Mard's stream this morning, and it looks ridiculous. First of all, these things look so cool. These things look so cool. Look at how many weapons this thing has. Oh my god. And their base stats are pretty sick. So Awakening, crit rate for the Fire one, Carlos. So their skill 1s are HP recovery block. It's decently relevant, especially as a 2-turn. Weakness shot attacks the enemy to leave a branding effect for 2 turns and attacks 3 more times, so 4 hits. The damage increases as the enemy's HP condition is bad. So execute base damage. You attack, you continue to attack, you deal more damage as you go. Collect weapons passive. Your attack bar increases by 75% when an enemy dies, and your attack power increases by up to 300%, equal to the dead target's base attack. Oh my god. So this thing just scales in terms of damage, but it's single target. This could be cool in Siege and maybe in RTA, but I don't see it being super relevant for things like Arena. But Carlos is pretty cool. 15 crit awakening is really nice too. And base speed over 100 is great. I do like that their base stats are pretty balanced though. I like the 10k, 600, 800 is really good. So we have Liam. Liam awakens into crit as well. Skill 2, Storm Scythe. Attacks all enemies 2 times to block them from receiving beneficial effects and to increase the chance of landing glancing hits for 2 turns with a 70% chance each. The damage increases according to enemies' max HP. Okay, that's really cool. So that gets 20% harmful effect rate, which puts it up to 90%. Unlimited power, attacks all enemies if there are 3 or more enemies, and attacks the selected target 6 times if there are less than 3 enemies. So it's either a strong AoE or it's a pretty aggressive single target assassination skill. The damage increases according to the enemy's max HP, and this attack decreases the enemy's attack speed for 2 turns. I think that's pretty cool, and the attack lead on it is really nice as well. Liam is a cool kit, but I'm not sure if he's going to be super effective. I have to see what the multipliers look like when you actually run these units, but their kit seems really cool overall. I like that they're very, very aggressive. They kind of fit my playstyle more. I'm a very aggressive player when it comes to damage dealers and such like that. We have Dominic. Dominic also awakens in a crit. Weakness shot. Improvisation passive. Your attack power increases as your HP decreases, and attacks additionally when attacking an enemy on your turn. This attack deals damage proportional to your max HP if your HP exceeds 50%, and recovers HP equal to the damage dealt if it's 50% or below. Okay, let me see if I got this correct. Your attack goes up as your HP goes down, and you attack additionally when attacking an enemy on your turn. The attack that you attack with additionally will deal damage proportional to your max HP if your current HP exceeds 50%. So if you're over 50%, you deal bonus damage based on your HP. And if you're below 50%, you recover HP dealt. So it's almost like it kind of reminds me of like Fuki passive almost, without the extra attacks. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. I like the branding effect into this too. So branding into the extra attack is really cool. Now these are the ones that everybody wants to see. The light and dark Nat5s. Let's see if they're really OP. The dark one looked really, really cool, but I'm excited to see what the light one does. So this has the weakness shot for the branding, and the passive is Final Strike passive attacks additionally when you attack an enemy on your turn. This attack absorbs 30% of the enemy target's attack bar if the enemy's HP exceeds 30% and deals damage that ignores defense if it's below 30%. So this is truly an execute skill. So Benedict is very focused on rotation and assassination. If you're below 30, you're basically dead. If you're above 30, he's trying to control you. So he wins the 1v1, but maybe not the 1v2. Very cool concept of units. I actually really like the design of the units, both aesthetically as well as the kits. I really like units with passives, mainly just, especially with low cooldown passives if they do it, just because it's not a billion Devilmon. It's not 15, 16 Devilmon to build them. And then we have Maximilian. So Maximilian is the one I want to keep my eyes out. First of all, he has a speed lead, which is nuts. Speed lead is nuts, right? Second of all, skill 3, Shadowless Movement, attacks all enemies 4 times. Each attack will decrease the defense for 2 turns, attack break for 2 turns, dots for 2 turns, and then absorbs attack bar by 25% respectively, which means you can get 100% attack bar, which means he goes defense break into AoE, buff block, and glancing. Let me show you what that looks like. This thing is crazy looking. First of all, their skill 1s are super cool. I think their animations are absolutely phenomenal. They're so clean. Oh, they just feel DMC to me. You know, like Devil May Cry. Just, I love it. I love it. So Shadowless Movement, defense break, attack break, dots, and then a final hit to steal attack bar, right into a skill 2. It just sounds like an insane amount of damage. It sounds like an absolutely insane amount. And a speed lead. Oh, dude, Maximilian feels like a no speed lead on Yoki that sets up better, right? Like on Yoki has the can't die when CC'd. And the really advantageous base speed, but Maximilian does a lot and brings his own speed lead for the team. So I think he's gonna be pretty crazy. He's gonna be pretty crazy. I guess top to bottom, what I think the best ones are so far. Obviously, Maximilian is nuts in my opinion. I think that the water one is really cool. I really like the double AoE and I like the attack lead with it. And I think that the wind one probably has pretty good relevance, being like kind of like a 5-star Fuki style unit. So I'm going to say dark, wind, light, water, and then fire. I don't think the fire is super cool to me, mainly just because it's very single target based and it's very snowbally. I think the other ones have a little bit more strength to them. And then for the blacksmiths, I think for me, I think I'm most interested in the light one. I think Madeline has the coolest kit. And then I think it's actually Miriam. I really like Miriam's ability to increase buffs as they are. I'm really torn on if I like Susan, just because I don't know if this stacks infinitely, but if it does, I think she's really good. And I'm not super sold on Celine or Deborah. Deborah's cool, but she also feels like a win harder unit with the increasing defense break and increasing attack break. I feel like it's really a win harder unit. But yeah, so that's kind of my opinions on the new units. Hopefully I'll be able to get some in the next 2 weeks here after I do my shop refreshes. But the last thing I want to talk about in this video, and it's something that I've been thinking about for quite a while, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts about it. So we've had a bunch of different unit releases lately. So to start with, let's talk about 2A's, right? The last time we got a 2A, I think it's been a year. So Sath 2A, I believe, came out in December of 2020. And I think that was the most recent one. Actually, no, I don't think it was. I think this was the most recent one, Kali. So Kali would have been like March or April, I think. So it's been 8 months. I personally feel like the delay on 2A's is really kind of detrimental for the game. I feel like 2A's are a really good way to balance the game without needing to add a ton more units, right? Adding a ton more units, I feel like adds an artificial paywall in the sense that, like, if they're really, really good, it really sucks not to be able to actually get them, even with the SP button. And if they're really bad, it's just like, it just feels bad that you waited for something that, like, isn't usable in any way, right? Whereas with 2A's, I feel like it's easier for them to buff and nerf 2A's, and it's also easy for them to, like, be obtainable as units, right? Most people are able to get the regular elements for 2A's, right? Getting the L&Ds, I would say a lot of players can get them, but sometimes, you know, it's not the easiest thing. So it kind of, I don't know, it turns me off a little bit that they're releasing so many new units, but 2A's are also kind of like not getting shown the right kind of love. I feel like maybe we should get a 2A every 4 to 5 months and a new unit on the 4 to 5 months as well, but in between them. So that way we stagger it, right? We have like 2A, a 2-month period, a new unit, a 2-month period, a 2A, a 2-month period, a new unit. I think that's fine, right? It gives people the opportunity to save up resources. It gives people, I mean, even if you aren't saving up resources, right? Like the whales get a good reason to spend if the units are good. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are suffering from Devilmon burnout just due to not having enough for all these new units. Like, so if we look at unit releases, we have December of 2021 is Weaponmaster and Blacksmith, right? October of 2021 is Totemists. Sky Surfer and Robos come out in August of 2021. Mages come out in May of 2021. Yojis and Onimushas come out in March of 2021. So that's 2 months, 2 months, 3 months, 2 months, and 2 months between every unit release. So I think it's a little bit much. I think they're coming out a little bit too quickly. It is kind of nice that they have these events where if you buy or you spend scrolls, you can get a bonus scroll for every 10 scrolls you spend. It's nice. I don't personally think it's enough with how much they're releasing units, but that's just my personal take on it, my personal opinion. Alongside that, I was also thinking today, guys, with how often units are released, I don't think I'm going to be summoning ever again unless the events are up. And I'm not saying summoning for the SP button, you know, the new monster rate up. I'm saying more specifically summoning when we have these bonus Mystic Scroll events. I don't think I'm ever going to summon a Mystic Scroll unless it's on these events because it just doesn't feel worth it. Like, they come around every 2 months, right? How often do I need to summon in comparison? Maybe if you're a new player, you need to summon, you need the fodder, the 3-star fodder, or you need units. But like, as someone who's like mid game or end game or like super end game, like, you really don't need to ever summon unless this event is live, outside of like, you know, your legendary scrolls and stuff, because they don't apply. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. If you think that if you think the units are coming out too soon, if you think that units are not coming out too soon, like if you think that the pacing is really good, let me know why. I'm really curious. I need to understand other people's logic, and I think that's the easiest way for me to really create that dialogue and discussion, is to hear what you guys have to say. I mean, you guys know I go through all the comments on the videos. I try my best to respond to all of you guys if I can. But yeah, check that out. Let me know what you think. When it comes to these events as well, like, do you summon off the events? Do you think you'll be doing the same thing that I'm doing? Do you think that that's a good idea? And lastly, 2A's, you know, let me know what you think about how long. 8 months is a long time for no 2A's, you know. I think that's something that we could be looking forward to. Alongside that, let me know what 2A you think will be next. I'm really hoping for the Vagabonds. Darian and Jubel have always been my boys for a long time. Talked to Boss a lot about it. Royd, it's a popular favorite between the two of us. So I think that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I would love to just kind of chat in the comment section for this video. But otherwise, have a wonderful time, guys. I do have a crystal giveaway up on Twitter right now, so check that out. It ends this Wednesday at the server reset time. Server reset time on Wednesday night. So check that out. Links will be below. But thank you so much for being here for this video. I appreciate you guys.